Mr. Political, you called me.
Yes.
And you were amped. And I had to run and do something, but I wanted to know, when I hear this particular voice that you had when you called me, it was exciting. And you told me it was about Donald Trump, Ukraine, and the media. I didn't even know. When I set this link up, I see everything popping in my phone like popcorn. I'm like, what the heck is going on, brother? Tell us.
Yes. This is your boy, Mr. Political, hollering out to the people on the block and on the people at sea. Now, the deal is that we ain't got no gangster in the White House. We got a monster in that White House. And there's a distinct difference between a gangster and a monster. A gangster, he shoots from the hip. A monster, he works from the chessboard. And what we got going on here is that I got people in America that's going through catastrophic changes, that they losing their food stamps, and they under the possibility of him attacking Social Security, which is a lie, and which is being orchestrated by the media. But this situation is most important, that we all should put an eye and a hand on it. And what we are dealing with, as I climb out of my bed and tell you what time it is, that your boy, Agent Orangeton, put foot to the Ukrainian. The side bitch to Joe Biden, who sit up there and pimp you for $300 billion of your hard-earned tax dollars, under the misconception that we still obligated to the Marshall Plan. See, the Marshall Plan, for all those Negroes who don't understand politics, that feel that it does not affect you, take bread and water and life out of your children's pockets and mouths, that they got to pay the something else freedom. I understand since 1776 that people have been dying for freedom. So that makes Ukraine no different than any Caucasian race under the European Union, or what we finally call NATO. Okay? NATO, I don't know NATO. I served NATO. I brought and I toted water for NATO in my youth. But he put foot. And see, the media, who has a strong history of lying to you, just got put in their place in real time on the TV. The Boo Too, the Idiot Box, okay? Manipulate ignorant. Now, this brother is off the chain, that he always concerned about what them white folks do. Well, unfortunately, as long as you are kicking rocks and moving dirt in this, I'm not going to call it a son of a bitch. Yeah, I did it anyway. This son of a bitch from Ukraine want me to carry his water without no promise, and then want to get funny out the mouth because of the simple fact that he cannot get any more free shit. Well, I'm a Black American, not an Afro-American, and I'm not concerned about everybody else. I'm concerned about putting food in my children's mouth. All right? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? That the deepest concern and your only concern in life is your children and your country, the republic. And we cannot carry the water for these people without some kind of safeguard that I'm going to get my small change back. Now, $300 billion in some people's perspective ain't no small change. But when you got children to feed and you ain't got no job, and they're creating laws that the homeless can't even be on the sidewalk, then why are you concerned about a lying media every day on YouTube, ABC, NBC, and Hulu channel have been shown that they are not the chosen one, that they are not the ones that you follow in the pursuit of understanding of what's going on in your country. This happened in real time. You can't even believe the lies that they tell anymore if you're paying attention. Now, Mr. Trump, aka Agent Orange, just put foot to the Ukrainians. That they went toe to toe and Vance tagged in like a WW match and put that bitch in the chokehold. And then Trump kicked his ass to sleep and told him to get out the White House. Just like you put a $2 hoe out your house that don't want to come off that split tail after she done sit up there and got your money, ate your groceries, and pimped your clothes. He put that bitch out the White House. You may say, well, that's some rude shit. That's not rude, that's business. And if America, if you remember since 1800s, it's been about goddamn business. Now, who gonna replace that money? Your monkey ass, if you file empathy for them. Okay? They ain't been paying their share, but they gonna pay their portion of the money right now. They're going to come off that 30 piece of silver now, that they're going to sit up there and take that one loaf and those 5 pieces of fish, and they're going to feed the masses, because if they don't, your ass is out because they ain't holding the cards no more. Biden ain't in the house, and Trump ain't getting ready to get 2.8 of their million employees who work for the federal government who've been pimping from their house, that don't want to answer their phone, thinking that you a bill collector, because in actuality, you are the bill collector. Okay, because they living off of what you make and what you got to give come April Fool's Day. Hear what I'm saying to you. Don't take it lightly. Don't get caught up in the bumfoolery listening to the food-laid channels, ABC, NBC, and them other motherfuckers, because they don't give a damn about you. Okay, when your ass was sitting up there trying to figure out how eggs went to almost $13 a dozen, they didn't say nothing about that. All they did is give you misinformation about what the critical issues are. When you can't buy a home, and a home is $400,000 a whack, and the first-time home buyers program looked like a joke, then me ain't said nothing about that. Okay? When the Palestinians jumped on the Jew and okay, you concerned about their babies, how about you be concerned about your baby? How about you be concerned about the price of husband? Why don't you be concerned about your child support? Okay, the reset button has been pushed. Okay, and this shit is live and real in your face. And you better get a reality check. And you better stop listening to the old faith, the Democratic Party. Okay, because their ass is in trouble. Okay, and if you're still believing in them, then you need to watch the news on what went down today. And what you saw in real time is the bill collectors say you don't hold the car. And whatever beef you got with Russia, that's your business. And then he come back and he gonna say a gangster move to Agent Orange, and Agent Orange checked him, and it became a WWE match. But unfortunately, the Ukraine got hit over the head with an iron chair and got thrown out the ring, and told them to kick rock, and they asses will be back. You gonna give us those mineral rights. I don't give a damn how many decades it takes. You gonna pay the freight on this one. Because $300 billion ain't no joke when your people can't buy no home. $300 billion ain't no joke when the light in the refrigerator can't come on. $300 billion ain't no joke when the price of weed go up. I'm trying to get close to home. I'm trying to get a come to Jesus moment with you. That what's going on in Europe ain't your issue. That's them European bitches' issue. Okay? When they act funny at the UN and they don't side with the one who paid the freight, nobody give a damn. All right? Because we got children to raise here. We got people to feed here. We got homeless who got problems. We got veterans who have sacrificed everything. So be fully aware. Do not fall in or sip the Kool-Aid or let somebody put a oversized penis in your small ear that you can't even hear the whisper or the thump in the dark. Okay? This is real. The man is not wrong. He's in the place where he's supposed to be. The American people have spoken. They do not want a gangster. They want a... Unfortunately, this is where I come down and I talk to you as uncle.
Shifting gears.
And say to you, man doing is not wrong. And if you still got beef and you running with the elderly who do jello and can't recognize your wife, his day is over. That bitch getting his check. His son got a check. He was doing heifers. They told you in real time on TV what Joe Biden and his people was doing. They was doing coke in the bathroom. They was doing all kind of shady deals in the back room that they was trying to parlay your $300 billion into their pocket and sharing it with their kinfolk. And you didn't get nothing but the wet spot out of the deal. And now that the Pied Piper is whistling a new tune because he got problems at home because he done looked at the book and the money is funny, then he coming to collect what is due. Okay, the only thing free in life is death. And even then, you got to come off the money for a bitch to touch you that you don't even know. And you hope he puts the body in the casket when he puts the ass in the ground because you need a court order to dig the body up to make sure that it's in the box. But see, Trump ain't going to play that game. Okay? Before the lie come out, to be a demon, he gonna have a conversation in front of the American people, the ones who got to pay the freight, got to pay the cost to be the boss, that's got to give the blood to make sure others can live a better life, but you struggling in your own country. Yeah, he went after Canada. Yeah, he went after Mexico. Yeah, he went after NATO. Because them bitches should be paying their part. I bet you don't pay your bill collectors, they're going to come and get your shit and they're going to cut you off. That's so right. Why do you give a damn? You better give a damn about this one. You better give a damn where you kick off your shoes at. You better give a damn about the one who look you in the face with tears in their eyes because they can't have that Xbox. That's the one you need to be concerned about. You don't need to be concerned about your turn, okay? Because friends come and go. Half of us have friends that we had in high school that ain't our friend today. Promise of friendship and allies throughout history has never been guaranteed. Okay? We still ain't gotten that money back from Europe that we spent in World War II because that wasn't our beef. Yeah, he come for us, but we gangsters. Okay? If he bring his country ass over here with that shit, we're going to send his ass packing. And I got over 35 billion young. That's the bullshit. That you ain't going to pump. They don't wear gasoline drawers. That if you give them a straight up face, they're going to get that ass. Okay? And that's 100. I believe in my military. I believe in my young people. Okay? Because I done seen them. If they shoot your ass in the street, they ain't got no problem killing an Arab or European or even a Ukrainian motherfucker who been running some gangster shit. Now to sit in the White House and not be humble because we paying the freight for your freedom is a motherfucker who lost his mind. That's why Trump told his ass to get the fuck out. He lucky he didn't give his ass a bus pass and gave him a free ride to the airport. But guaranteed, contrary to belief of the media, that bitch ain't gonna leave. All you got to do is get your popcorn and a knee-high soda and kick your shoe, and you will see that bitch back again. And Trump gonna put him on TV, and he gonna be as humble as a hoe that just found out that that's not that nigga's face. That's what I say to you. I haven't lied to you. His ass gonna be back. It don't matter what the media say. because they've been lying to you. And like most black men, they're accustomed to a heifer lying to them. They lie to you about the money they spend on your bills. They lie to you about how they love you. And they lie to you about who your baby daddy is.
Mm.
And this is real talk from your boy, Mr. Political. And you may take it as a ramp because I don't have nothing to live. Okay? I'm laying in the hospital at the VA trying to take care of my own damn problems. But I still love my country and I still love my people. And I think it is all in our all best interest. And that may not even be the proper way to put it. But you get the gist of where I'm going. Be concerned about you and yours. Okay? Don't be concerned about the Europeans. Don't be concerned about the Canadians. Don't be concerned about the Hispanic who sneak through the border in the middle of the night and tell you that you lazy and that your Medicaid, which you pay through your child support, is more important putting on their ass, knowing that you ain't getting shit and you paying the freight. It's time to wake the fuck up. Okay? And you may not like the profane language which I use, but when you're talking to people who don't want to wake up to the reality that America is not what it used to be, that the videotape and the documentation that you listen to through YouTube and all like that, and he ain't nobody what, and he ain't people on behalf of somebody else's freedom when you got struggles in your own motherfucking backyard, when you got to send your sons and daughters, and when a man who got his ass in the bus, who ain't got nowhere to turn, gonna sit in your house, even though it's painted white, you still pay the freight. You keep the lights on. You keep that motherfucker standing on the front door carrying the flag. That motherfucker that put that wood in that fireplace is your employee. Okay? And you got to pay the light bill in there. And he sit up there and tell you that this Russian ass is still coming for you because he upset that he picked the wrong side in the election. Because if you remember, Ukraine was talking shit right along with Biden, okay, about what Russia gonna do. Russia can't do nothing. I got 2,000 nuclear weapons saying that you start some shit, it's gonna be some shit. Point blank, period. Now that's a monster, okay? That's how a monster handles shit. When he know he got a pistol in his pocket, he's still gonna talk to you like you a civilized human being because he know the consequences when the shit pop off. Okay? When everybody's slinging lead, there is going to be chasms. So don't sit in my house talking shit. Don't go for bad because you still believe the motherfucker who sucked Jello is in charge. Got news for you, good people. The motherfucking fucking Jello is not in charge anymore. He ain't been in charge for 2.8 million employees getting ready to get shown the door. Them bitches gonna really understand what food stamps and Medicaid fucking look like. All right? Because this is some real American shit. Now, you was born in this country. You was educated by this country. You went through the trials and tribulations on the street in this country.
Yep.
You better understand that America is about business. And when it comes time to pay me my money, bitch, you better get on that corner and sling it out of both goddamn draw legs and get me my goddamn money. Because the price of freedom is not free. Okay? Now, that's a monster. That time monster confronts the situation when a bitch come in your house and I didn't put money in your pocket and I didn't sit up there and because you know a side hoe need new weave, she need nails, she need a 4-wheel automobile, and that bitch order everything from the left side of the menu. And if she's not careful, she's gonna bring one of our homegirls and she's gonna expect you to serve her drink. Okay, so you shouldn't be dismayed that the Ukrainian motherfuckers want to try to rear up like he got it and he about it. He ain't about it. Okay, all he did is open up the door for that Russian who got problems of his own to come in there and get that ass. All right, so trust what I say, and you listen to the media if you want to. Because ain't nobody putting nothing in my pocket. I pay the freight. I even pay for the bedpan that they got my country ass sitting on right now. Okay? So don't get it twisted. He ain't did nothing wrong. Okay? He did your business. Okay? And if you don't think he did your business, how about you look in your pocketbook? How about you look on the left side of your bra and check and see where the money at? Because that's what it's about. Because America is about business. All right? And the business say, you need to get your ass on that corner and get my money and sling it out of both goddamn draw legs. Now wake up, good people. Don't fall for the dumb shit. Okay? And it is what it is. Okay? So that ain't your issue. Your issue is being concerned on how you going to go through this first year. Because he going to cut and slash and burn and rape and pillage until that bitch get tired. And you want to know why I know this? Because if you're paying attention, you know he woke up this morning, he didn't put that he didn't put that hair dye in his hair. That he didn't put no hairspray in there. He took a comb, he combed that shit back. He sat right there in front of that Ukrainian motherfucker, and he told him what time it is. Then when he got funny out of his mouth, he didn't put the finger in his face. He put the finger in the media's face. Because he was talking to you and me, and he was talking to the media specialist, and he was letting them know, you're not going to spin this shit around because we're going to give it to the American people in real time. So it ain't no misunderstanding what I'm saying. This bitch don't hold no cards. The party is over. You cut a deal, you go in there, and you go and rebuild your country. Now, if you want guaranteed that Russian motherfucker ain't going to get up in your ass, you need to go talk to that French motherfucker. You need to go talk to that British motherfucker. You need to go talk to that Czechoslovakian motherfucker and every other motherfucker that roll with them. Because it's time for them to pay their fair share. Because we got problems of our own. That's why he cutting and slashing, burning and it's going to be like that for the next one come out the better for it. So don't be nobody's fool. Because when you sit at the kitchen table and you do kitchen table politics, see, that's for all you asses that was following Harry. When you sit at the table and the bills are due, you know the cable got to go. You know the money for your liquor got to go. The money for your little bag got to go. And whatever other substance that you own got to go. You got to keep the roof over your head. You got to feed them children that you made. And you got to keep that sidewise Sally happy. And that's just how it is in America. So what you watched in real time was a learning experience. Was to bring you back and have a come to Jesus moment. That ain't nobody hearing no heartstrings. Ain't no Chicken George playing the violin anymore. That it's all about the American dollar and getting the budget under control. And you might not like Mr. Muck. I don't like him either. But I do know this, that my president is supposed to protect my best interest. And at the tune of $300 billion, I could really give a fuck about the Ukraine. Until that bitch get out in that corner with the minerals and sling that shit out of both raw legs, I can really give a fuck about him and his. Because when I was giving a fuck about him, he was not watching my best interest. Because if he was watching my best interest when he was called in on the carpet, when the Godfather came to him and said, I'm going to make you an offer that you can't refuse, that's what the fuck he meant. Okay? This is real talk. Now, the Ukrainians can feel all kind of ways. They can be all butthurt and say what's going to happen to us if we don't put money in their pocket. They ain't the first motherfucker, ain't going to be the last motherfucker. Okay? Just what to say. And at this junction, I'd rather my young people in uniform come home and die in the streets here than over there. Because all them Europeans gonna do is step over the body like they always stepped over the body. Because them bitches still owe me money from the Marshall Plan. I ain't it yet. But I guarantee that Ukrainian motherfucker gonna sign this piece of paper and I'm gonna see a portion of that $300 billion that he pimped me for, that he sit up there and misappropriated and sold weapons to other people and took the weapons that he's supposed to be defending his house with. They don't tell you that part. How the upper class of their group lived good during the Ukrainian war and their people was just the pawns on the table. Pimping ain't easy. It's the only game in town. But I'm not going to talk you to death because, see, I see this white woman. She get ready to stick this something in my arm, which I don't do needle, but it's part of the medical plan to get me right and ready. But I still got vinegar and I'm still spitting shit. Okay? And that's real talk. From an OG, whatever you want to call me, a senior man in my community that needs to touch my young people and my ignorant old people to game. Game recognize game. And what we got here is a game of chess. So stay tuned because that Ukrainian motherfucker gonna be back. Because in the art of war, $300 billion only goes so far. Especially when you ain't got no base economy and you ain't got your ass. So check it out. It's your boy, Mr. Political, telling you the real list and the real fact, and you may be offended by the language, but when you're speaking to the ignorance about the political structure of their country, candy-coated words will not get you to come to a realization that the one that you have been programmed and conditioned to hate, because he is but a man, and Congress and the House of Representatives still exist, that this is what time it is. He ain't playing Hitler. It ain't business as usual. It ain't 1934. It ain't 1949. It ain't 1951. It ain't 1962. It ain't 1973. It ain't 1982. It ain't 1989. It ain't 1992. And COVID is gone, but it's coming back in the form of bird flu. That these are your concerns. Okay? Just like you have disregard for Israel, everybody in this world has the right to self-defense. But it's not everybody's right in this world to fund your self-defense. And by the graces of God, we were there when they just most. May you agree or disagree, we were there to the tune of $300 billion. All of our surplus cash that could have went on our homeless, our children, our women. Okay? We could have put that to viable use for our people. Because at the end of the day, you're going to have to take care of your family before you take care of that side bitch that you got hidden in the dark. And that's point blank period. Because I'm a real brother about mine. Ask my children. Okay? I don't give a damn about nobody but me and mine. So if you a shade lighter than me, you got this conversation real fucked up. Okay? Now, if you're a shade like me, then you know I'm telling you what time it is. So don't believe the foolishness that's coming out of this ABC and NBC. Because if you're really paying attention, then you know AP got put out the White House. Okay? And they were the longest standing news organization that this country has ever had, and they have always had privilege, but they used their privilege improperly. ABC used their privilege inappropriately. ABC used their privilege improperly. That Maddox girl, you know, I already seen her boo-hooing on TV because they didn't gave her the boo. Okay? That pitch-covered heifer from The View. Her pocket's real thin right now because she got a $100 million lawsuit she got to take care of, her and Whoopi. Okay? Okay? Trump just got on top of her, did his business, and went about his business. Now, this is your boy, Mr. Political. Always sharing love, even though the love comes tough, and it don't come with gentle, sweet words. But father to child, mother to child, granddaddy, grandmama to one who loves you, I'm going to give it to you raw. I'm going to give it to you unfiltered. I ain't going to hold back because the faint of heart, it is not time for the faint of heart. It's a time for those who are strong enough to stand upright and to move forward. One large step backward to make one large step forward is little to nothing for your children. And this is your boy, Mr. Political. And I am. You're more than welcome, man. hey, I ain't got nothing but white teeth and Medicaid and medicine to keep me comfort. I ain't even got me a side heifer and a short dress to keep my mind occupied. My other parts ain't occupied, but my mind needs to be occupied. So that's why I pay attention.
That's right. That's right.
Much love, and I holler back.
Okay, I'm going to play the clip that shows the exchange right now. So I'm going to turn the volume up, and I'll talk to you later on, Mr. Political. Thank you so much.
You're more than welcome, and I'll be hollering at you because this saga is coming to a part two because I want to see his ass grovel back to the White House because he coming.
Right.
He coming like a hoe that got put out at 2 o'clock in the morning and she ain't got cab fare home. Oh, but they don't take cab, they take Uber. That's what I'm saying.
All right, bro.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Wow. Unbelievable. We're going to play the clip. So when Mr. Political called me, he was like so wound up.
Yes, sir, I will.
Yeah. All right, brother. I'm going to play this clip.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah. Let me unpair this. And I'll play the clip because I want to see what all it's about. And I saw Mr. Political that excited. I was like, wait a second. So we just went on. Matter of fact, I just took a few seconds to make the illustration for the video. So let's see what's going on. I'm still, I'm going on what he said, but I want to see it myself. Let's go. Turn this up. Let's go.
For 4 years in the United States of America, we had a president who stood up at press conferences and talked tough about Vladimir Putin, and then Putin invaded Ukraine and destroyed a significant chunk of the country. The path to peace and the path to prosperity is maybe engaging in diplomacy. We tried the pathway of Joe Biden of thumping our chest and pretending that the president of the United States' words mattered more than the president of the United States' actions. What makes America a good country is America engaging in diplomacy. That's what President Trump is doing.
Can I ask you?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So he occupied our parts, big parts of Ukraine, part of East and Crimea. So he occupied it on 2014. So during a lot of years, so I'm not speaking about just Biden, but those time was Obama, then President Obama, then President Trump, then President Biden, now President Trump, and God bless, now President Trump will stop him. But during 2014, nobody stopped him. Well,
2015.
2014 and 2014.
2014.
Yeah. So
I was not here.
Yeah, but
That's exactly right.
Yes, but during 2014 till 2022, the situation the same. The people have been dying on the contact line. Nobody stopped him. You know that we had conversations with him, a lot of conversation, my bilateral conversation, and we signed with him, me, like a new president. In 2019, I signed with him the deal. I signed with him, Macron and Merkel, we signed ceasefire. Ceasefire. All of them told me that he will never go. We signed with him with gas contract. Gas contract. Yes, but after that, he broken this ceasefire. He killed our people and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you ask? What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come to the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring it into this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine that you say what we have?
I have been to.
Count once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people into your military?
We have problems.
And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems, even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless.
You don't
God
know
bless.
that.
You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that.
That's exactly what you're doing.
You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very
You will
good.
feel influence.
We're going to feel very
I'm
good and
telling
very
you,
strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed
From the
yourself
very-
to be in a
from
very
the very
bad position,
beginning
and he
of the
happens
war.
to be right about
From the
it.
very beginning of the war.
You're not
Mr.
in a good
Brown,
position.
I
You don't
was-
have the cards right now. With us, you start
I'm
having
not playing
cards.
cards.
Right now, you don't.
I'm very
You're playing
serious,
cards.
Mr. President.
You're
I'm
playing
very
cards.
serious.
You're
I'm
gambling
the
with the
president
lives
in
of
war.
millions of people.
You think-
You're gambling with World War III.
What do you think
You're
about-
gambling with
what do you
World
think about-
War III. And
Yeah.
what you're doing is very disrespectful. And a lot of people said they
You
should.
said thank you once this
A lot
entire
of
meeting?
times.
No, in this
Even
entire meeting, have
today.
you said thank
Even
you?
today.
You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States
What
of
are you talking
America
about?
and the president who's trying to save your country.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war, you
He's
can.
not speaking loudly. He's not
Yeah.
speaking loudly. Your country's
Can I-
in big
can I-
trouble.
Can I
Wait a
answer?
minute. No,
Can
you've
I
done a lot
answer?
of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not
I
winning.
know.
You're not winning this.
I,
You have a damn
We-
good chance of
we are
coming out
staying,
okay because of
Mr.
us.
President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
You haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet,
You
and
haven't
not
been
only
alone.
in this
We
cabinet.
gave you through
I
this
said thank
stupid
you.
president $350 billion.
You voted
We gave
for
you
your president.
military equipment.
You
And you
voted
men
for
are
your
brave,
president.
but they had to use our military.
What about West?
If you didn't have
You
our
invited
military
me-
equipment,
You invited
if
me
you
to
didn't have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
in 3
okay?
days. I heard it from Putin. In 3 days, this is something
Maybe
new.
less.
In 2 weeks, of course, yes.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this. I tell you.
Just say thank you.
I
Accept-
said a lot of
Accept
times,
that
thank
there,
you
accept
to
that,
American
entitled.
accept that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in the American media.
Wait a second. I gotta say it. This guy is so entitled. This guy is so entitled. I mean, he was getting it for so long from Biden. He feels like he's on the level. His behind would be in trouble without the help of the United States. You know, it's like when you keep doing favors to somebody out of the kindness of your heart, big favors. After a while, they feel as though they're entitled and you owe them. How does this work? So, this is not a pro-Trump talk, but the bottom line is all this money going everywhere else, they need to pull some back for the United States. All of it. What was Biden and Harris doing? But there's still some of us who are going to complain and say, well, see, Trump fired this person and he fired that high-ranking person and we didn't get a job. Well, one or two jobs, maybe those folks were DEI and weren't qualified. I don't know. But you're going to hold others that you don't think should have been. That's just how it is. It's not time to nitpick. What is it now? The 28th of February, Friday. The 20th of January, he became president again. Wow. 1 month and 8 days. And look how this stuff is going. And people are complaining. Everybody's worried about their own little piece of the pie. But he's trying to clean up the whole thing. And there's some people are saying, well, he's cleaning it out a certain way and black people are going to suffer because they still can't let go. And most of those types of people, no matter what the race, were they okay with it? They were okay with the open borders and the rapes and the criminals and people coming in and doing stuff. They were okay for not getting anything themselves in a country where they paid taxes all their life. But other people came in and they gave them the cards, the debit cards, the places to live, health care, all this, whatever. And you got people in America who can't get that. You got black folks in the projects that are stuck there. Talk about reparations. Look at all that $350 billion. Huh? Is that what you want? I'm glad I got up out of there. Seriously. Let me see how this continues on.
Wrong. We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on.
I understand, sir.
I think it's very important. That's why I kept this going so long. You have to be thankful. You don't have the cards.
Thankful.
You're buried there. Your people are dying. You're running low on soldiers. Listen, you're running low on soldiers. It would be a damn good thing. And then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go and I want this. Look, if you could get a ceasefire right now, I tell you, you take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Of course, we want to stop the war.
But you're saying you don't want a ceasefire.
But I said to you,
I want a ceasefire.
With guarantees.
Because
But wait a second. Number one, that's one of the most frustrating things when I deal with a fool. You're trying to make a point and you're talking. And the fool is trying to talk over you and doesn't have a leg to stand on. I mean, if I was like 14 years old and in this situation, I'd punch him in the face. But you're right, Sweetberry. And look what she said. Look what Sweetberry 32 said. I have to agree with Trump with showing this to the American public. That's transparency. You're right. Show the person, and this Joker with his intergalactic, I don't know what type outfit he has on. He'll take that logo off. It look weird. But he has the balls to be up. And look, I'm saying in the White House, you all know how I feel. I'm not worshiping nobody, but at least you begging. You've been subsidized. And you're going to talk over the people that could possibly give you more, and they're telling you, listen, no more. What is it that you want? Because Zelensky, and we had the show with Irritated Genie. About 20 years ago, he's in some video dance, some gay video dancing. You know, Zelensky is confused anyway. You didn't see that show? YouTube took it down. I got smashed hard for that one. He showed the footage. He showed everything. So you got this confused joker up in the White House trying to talk over the president, like, and you're begging. He been taking care of you. He been giving you money, right? Chance Rogers, we scurving him for real. Yep. Exactly, Reese. Exactly. It's common sense. Reese says the sad part is that with even showing this to the people on the left, they will say Trump is wrong. No matter what he does. No matter what he does. Trump will stop a car from running over somebody's old grandmother. Oh, he was wrong. Why did he stop the car? These people are really, I don't know. From where I sit outside of the country, it doesn't matter. I'm still there. I was born there. I was raised there. A lot of my people are there. I'm still concerned. And some people say, oh, it doesn't matter anyway. You're following that stuff. You better follow it. You better follow it. People who are living in their boxes, their little worlds, they don't want to come out. It doesn't have anything to do with us, the Black community. Well, say it didn't. If somebody's about to drop a bomb on New York City and you live in New York City, don't you think you might want to kind of know that something's about to happen to get on up out of there if you can? Dummies. And we know they say that the president is elected and not elected. And some people, oh, this is staged. Well, let me see it anyway and let me discern what is what. It's good. I never saw a president do nothing like this before. Right? This is good. Show it. Show some transparency. Did your boy Barack Obama show some transparency? He was the biggest Trojan horse in politics. After Bush, and they were hoping for something, oh yes, and this black man, and pictures of Martin Luther King Jr. with Barack Obama, and all this emotionalism because they know how to get to you Negroes' minds. And long ago, I was calling it out. People demonized me. And I was getting up in Oprah's behind. They were demonizing me. I see it clear as day. And I'm not afraid to say it. Oh, let me see. I got to see the rest of this because I'm trying to grasp because I'm not going to mess it up for everybody. But they basically say he threw him out. I'm sorry to mess it up for y'all, but I want to see this. King Ja, welcome on in. Such a presidential meeting being on open media is unusual. Yes, indeed. Something's fishy. Well, you know, let's see how it rides out. But I think this is refreshing. We need to see this.
You get a ceasefire faster than an agreement.
Ask our people about ceasefire, what they think.
That wasn't with me.
For you
that wasn't with me. That was with a guy named Biden who was not a smart person. That was with Obama.
It was your president.
Excuse me. That was with Obama, who gave you sheets, and I gave you javelins.
Yes.
I gave you the javelin to take out all those tanks. Obama gave you sheets. In fact, the statement is Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins. You got to be more thankful because let me tell you, you don't have the cards. With us, you have the cards. But without us, you don't have any cards.
One more question to Mr. Vice President. I'm sorry.
It's going to be a tough deal to make because the attitudes have to change.
What if Russia breaks ceasefire? What if Russia breaks his talks? What will do then? I understand that it's a heated conversation right now.
Wait, hold on. Wait a second. What is a boxing belt? You see it over there to the left? Look at the woman with the glasses and look right to her right, WBC. And that says Alexander Uzyk's name, heavyweight champ. What is that? Well, maybe that was given to President Trump or maybe Zelensky. I said it was Lewinsky. Well, he might have to do a Lewinsky on somebody to get more aid the way he's talking because he's about to get booted out. Let's continue on. It's just a little bit more, y'all. It's a short bit. Let's see.
What are you saying?
She's asking, what if Russia breaks the ceasefire?
What if anything? What if a bomb drops on your head right now? Okay? What if they broke it? I don't know. They broke it with Biden because Biden, they didn't respect him.
Oh, man. Okay.
President Trump set to meet face-to-face with Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky this morning as he tries to broker a deal to end the war in Ukraine.
I think it's moving along pretty rapidly. It'll either be fairly soon or it won't be at all.
The two presidents set to sign a deal giving the U.S. access to Ukraine's rare earth minerals, designed to pay back billions in American aid to Ukraine. In recent days, President Trump making combative comments about Zelensky, including calling him a dictator. Trump hosting British Prime Minister Keir Starmer at the White House Thursday, backpedaling when asked if he stands by that attack on Zelensky.
Did I say that? I can't believe I said that.
Later, raising expectations for today's sit-down.
We're going to get along really well, okay? We have a lot of respect. I have a lot of respect for him.
Starmer praising the president's efforts while urging him not to reward Russia in any deal.
It can't be peace that rewards the aggressor.
And telling Lester Holt if there is a deal, the UK and European allies will help bolster Ukraine's security, including with British troops if necessary.
I do think that it's important that European countries play a leading part in any security guarantees.
Meanwhile, President Trump's effort to slash the federal workforce is meeting new resistance. Calling on a fire probationary employees, but not calling for the reinstatement of the terminated workers. The latest cuts at NOAA, which includes the National Weather Service and works on everything from forecasts and information for farmers to monitoring dangerous weather like fires and hurricanes. An administration official said,
And blah, 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 blah. We're pretty much done with this, with that clip. It just jumped on pretty quick and I said, let me just play it. But let me just kind of run this back, get rid of that. Yours truly here. Yeah, Sweet Berry. Look at that. This is like a breakup on Valentine's Day. Yes, it's so true. Mr. Ding, that's what kind of mentality Putin has to deal with on his border every day. Oh, it's so true. So true. It's so true. When you got a fool for a neighbor, trust me, that is not a pleasant thing. An ignorant, entitled fool. I can identify with that. It makes you wish you could just like be somewhere far away. But you know what? How did he say it? F around and find out. You know those videos where somebody keeps messing with somebody? They say, yeah, go F around and find out. And he has this mentality. I never saw him speak this way because we never were treated to his arrogance. And not that Trump is a super tough guy or whatever have you, right? But we know him and we know how this guy, now we can gauge, this is not good for this guy. Now we can gauge his attitude. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you can hear things about people and say, but when you finally see it, and people in this country are dying. Why would you want that? You can talk to anybody with some sense. To me, and I don't know the history of this thing, and maybe in the comment section later on, somebody can correct me or school us. It just seems to me like this attitude of his and being entitled, I don't know. Because I really don't study all of that. But when I heard from Mr. Political and he wanted to speak about this today, and you know, whenever he makes the call, I woke up this morning, I didn't know we would be doing this. I plan on having another show not too long from now. I want to speak about that black man that was killed by the white woman. I want to eat something, I want to study up on it, and I want to see what that's all about. But I already know I have certain points that I want to speak on, and it's going to be wild. It's going to use code certain is, and everybody tonight. We're going to talk about that one. Whatever clips I can play, right? But we're going to do it. But this thing here, I heard he tossed him out. I mean, not like grab, but just like it wasn't a good thing. He didn't leave with a good feeling. Why would you want to leave with a bad feeling when it's a country giving you all that money? It's like you had a problem with Trump. You didn't have a problem with Biden when Biden was giving all that money. Who knows what those secret deals they were doing? We'll never know. We'll never know everything, but I think it's good for Trump to be transparent. They won't pin any foolishness on him, because when you're silent, lots of times the stuff that you know that's going on, you'll get the blame for. I don't want to get the blame for anybody else's stuff. You understand? Right? King Ja, U.S. is playing it safe with BRICS. No country can afford to be against Russia and China. Trump has to make up for the boob he made with Elon Musk getting involved with matters in South Africa. That seems like a valid point. It does. And right. Why can't the U.S. play it safe? Biden was jacking everything up, and BRICS is about to go on its own thing, and more countries are joining it. So it's good business. Instead of ego and recklessness. Do you think Biden has ever been put up to be in incarceration? Will he really do that? I mean, when you have that kind of position, it's such a higher than I'm better than us. But every decision they make affects so many people's lives, life or death. And these people with their egos, they can't face it. You know? Yeah, we be scurving them, Chance Rogers. Man, unbelievable. This is how TV, media, we should have this kind of transparency. It should be like this all the time. If you're sitting down with another leader or something influential, now if you're having a private conversation and you invite an athlete and some award given out, you want to have a few moments before to yourself, fine. But every leader that sits down with Trump, have the cameras and have the media there. Have it transparent. Why not? Why do we need the media middleman to give us that news when we know that they're going to twist it around? Because if you get a Republican newspaper leaning toward pro being Republican, they're going to slant the story. If you want one from the left, it's going to slant the story. Say, for example, there's a girl in the neighborhood along with, say she's 18 years old, and say she badmouths you, you'll never get along for years, whatever, right? Samara, I didn't say, I'm sorry. Welcome on in, Samara, right? And there are other people who get along with this person. But this person just finished cursing you out and disrespecting you, and you're a grown person, and they cussing you out, backing about in the street, and a truck comes by and hits them. The police come to you to find out what happened. The police come to the other people to find out what happened. The story you give, you're saying how she's out of control, she's reckless. I don't know if she's high on drugs, the way she's acting, she's walking across the street backwards. You see what I mean? And the other people will say, well, she didn't get along with this woman, but we know she's not on. They're going to save her. So the media, what use is it when we see that they lie? They just don't even slant things a little bit. They just outright lie. And guess what? We sitting there watching it, sucking it up. Then you have social media platforms that will tell you point blank what it is. You got to get shadow banned or have your channel taken down. You see? So I think they should continue to do that. Let's hope it's not staged. Of course, I have an open enough mind to know that things can be manipulated. Let's just see now. I mean, my God, 1 month and 8 days in office, and Trump did more than President Biden ever did. Wow. Pulling it out of a certain situation. Nobody's perfect. Let's see. But I'm glad that the swamp is being drained, and I'm glad that the apple cart is being upset. I'm glad for that. Listen, y'all, I'm going to get something to eat. I'm going to work on this next show. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be different, and we're going to get down in it. We're going to talk about this thing. I heard a conversation a little bit about it. I don't know the details. I'm gonna find out the details, but we're gonna talk about the black man and the white woman, and she killed this man. And we're gonna talk about those dynamics and the taboo things and the sense of entitlement and how black men are viewed, control, freak power over the black man when they want to, because they feel superior, but they're so insecure when you're a black man, when you're a white woman with a white woman and you are with a black man, right? You're a black man with a white woman. The white woman feels so insecure when you're around the sisters. Right? Don't let them have a little money over you. You're their pet. You're that well-hung black man. You're just a walking, talking dildo. So we're going to talk about that. And that's the kind of mood that I'm in right now. So anyway, much love to you all. Salute to my brothers. Mwah. Much love to my sisters. LANCESCURV out. We'll bring the music and the beats back on the next show. All right? Take care.